Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today, we're diving into some really intense and pressing issues happening in Myanmar right now, especially around the recent electricity cuts by Thailand and the ongoing online scam industry.
So, let's unpack this together. Recently, Thailand decided to cut electricity to these scam sites that are, rampant in Myanmar. And honestly, the implications of this are huge.
On one hand, it's like a necessary move to combat this horrible industry, but on the other hand, it really raises questions about the lives of those affected, including countless innocent people who are just trying to get by. It's a complicated situation, and it hits hard. So, about these electricity cuts, Thailand took action to shut off power to these scam operations, which are often run out of compounds. It's not just a simple business. These places are, like, dungeons for many people. In these compounds, conditions are brutal. We're talking about forced labor, human trafficking, and just a complete disregard for basic human rights.
It's gut-wrenching to think about what these victims endure. And speaking of the victims, the stories are heartbreaking. There are thousands trapped in these scams, and it's not just numbers, it's lives being destroyed. I mean, can you imagine? People have shared their experiences, and they're filled with fear and desperation. It's a reality that we can't ignore. Now, looking at the bigger picture, we have to consider the political climate in Myanmar.
Since the military coup, things have gone downhill fast. Corruption is rampant, and lawlessness is just everywhere. It's like the whole country is in turmoil, and the people are suffering the most. And then there's Thailand's role.
They're trying to tackle cross-border crime, but it's a tough situation, especially with recent high-profile meetings involving Myanmar and China. There's a lot of pressure, and it's hard to see a clear path forward.
But let's talk about the human impact for a second. The victims, these are real people, and the statistics are staggering. Families are torn apart, and the emotional toll is unimaginable.
It's so easy to overlook these stories when we hear about them in the news, but when you really think about it, it's just devastating, and communities are reacting, too.
Many locals are worried that these electricity cuts will affect innocent residents, and honestly, I can't blame them. It's a tough balance between doing what's right and protecting everyone involved. And then there's the international concern.
China and other countries are watching closely, and there are calls for action from families of victims who just want their loved ones back. It's a global issue now, and it feels like more pressure is building.
What's going to happen next? Thailand's measures, will they be effective? There's so much uncertainty, and it's hard not to feel anxious about the future. As I reflect on all of this, it's overwhelming, right? I mean, the challenges are ongoing, and it's easy to feel hopeless. But we have to recognize the importance of awareness and advocacy. We can't just sit back and let this happen.
It's crucial to speak up for those who can't. So I guess what I'm saying is, we need to channel these feelings into something positive.
Yeah, it's tough, but we can help by spreading the word, supporting organizations that fight against these scams and trafficking, and just being aware of what's happening. Even small actions can make a difference.
I'm really grateful for the opportunity to talk about this, to share these thoughts, and to reflect on the broader implications of it all. It's cathartic, you know. It reminds us of our humanity and the importance of standing up for what's right.
If you found this video meaningful, please subscribe, like, and comment. Let's keep this conversation going. We need more voices to join in and advocate for justice. Thanks for being here, and let's keep pushing for change together.